Level 1, Yakuza member. You wake up at 4 in the morning, not by choice, but because being late means you're finished. You don't touch a weapon or anything powerful. You grab a brush, a rag, and a bucket instead. Your first job is cleaning toilets that aren't yours, in places where you don't matter. You clean up after men who don't know your name and would never care to learn it. Then there are the cars, black and expensive, owned by people far above your position. You polish them until they shine, until you see a reflection you barely recognize. It's the face of someone who is not Yakuza, not even close, just waiting to be judged. You spend your days running errands, cigarettes, coffee, food, always for someone else. You never sit with the seniors. You stand against the wall and wait to be told what's next. They don't notice you, not from hatred, but because you don't exist yet. To them, you're not a man or a brother. You're free labor and easily replaced. You don't get paid, not today, not tomorrow, and not for a long time after that. At night, you sleep on the floor in one room with several other men just like you. There is no privacy, no silence, only short moments between exhaustion and hunger. You don't complain because complaints don't earn respect. They erase you completely. You tell yourself this is temporary, but no one here owes you a future. Level 2, Junior Leader. You've got a bright suit now, loud enough to make strangers assume you matter. But it's a costume, not a crown, and it feels borrowed from men above you. At night, you wear dark glasses, not for swagger, but to hide it from cops. Because even when you smile, your eyes can betray how small you are inside. Money is everywhere now. Thick envelopes, loose bills, stacks on the table. You touch it, count it, carry it, deliver it, yet none of it belongs to you. It isn't your pay, it isn't your choice, it's just weight you're trusted to move. You give it to men above you, and they don't thank you, they just expect it. You speak with authority, and people step aside like you're someone dangerous. Then you go home and realize you still can't buy freedom with that respect. The police already know your face. You don't even need to introduce yourself. They watch you pass, calm and bored, like they've seen this movie before today. No sirens, no chase, just a glance that says, "We'll pick you up when we want." You feel important in public, but privately you're still waiting for permission. Your title sounds bigger than your life, and everyone knows the difference. You belong to a chain, to rules, to favors, never to your own decisions, ever. You think you leveled up, but the system tightened its grip around your neck. You look like a leader now, but you're still property, dressed in confidence. Level 3, Younger Brother. You're not on the streets anymore. You're a younger brother now, at last. You earned it the hard way. Time inside, cold walls, no second chances. In prison, you stayed silent. No deals, no names, not even one small hint. That silence became your proof, the only currency they respect in this life. Now rookies look at you differently, like you're more than just a runner. You're a mentor now, teaching rules you learned through fear and boredom. You show them how to stand, how to bow, how to threaten without a shout. You teach them to collect cash cleanly and never make the boss look messy. Money comes to you first now, stacks in hands, counted fast, then moved on. You keep a small cut, not greed, just the tax for guarding the family's flow. They give you territory, a few bars, a row of shops, a corner that's yours. But it's not freedom. It's duty, and everyone watches what you bring back. When trouble hits your block, the boss doesn't call a crowd. He calls you. So you grab a metal pipe, gather your hardest guys, and move without noise. You're respected now, but you still do the dirty work when it turns ugly. One mistake, one weak moment, and they replace you like you never existed. You became important. Your name has weight in rooms you still can't enter. You're important now, but you're still replaceable. That's the rule. Level 4, Manager/Mentor. You don't stand on street corners anymore. You sit behind desks now. The noise is gone, replaced by quiet rooms and doors that always stay closed. You work in offices that look clean, legal, and completely ordinary inside. These businesses have names, logos, paperwork, and licenses on the walls. To outsiders, they're normal companies, boring enough to avoid attention. To you, they're fronts, built to move money without asking questions. You stop thinking in fists and pipes and start thinking in routes and timing. Every delivery matters. Every delay creates risk somewhere down the line. You learn logistics, who moves what, where it goes, and when it disappears. Nothing happens by accident anymore. Every step is planned and recorded. You carry 2 phones now, and you never confuse which one you answer. One phone is for business, calm voices, polite words, official excuses. The other phone is for the family, short calls, clear orders, no details. If the boss travels, you plan cars, drivers, routes, and backup options. If something breaks, arrives late, or draws attention, it's your failure. You don't fight problems anymore. You prevent them before they exist. Your hands stay clean, but the responsibility is heavier than any weapon. You don't fight now, you manage, and that makes you dangerous. Level 5, Headquarters Chief. You sit at headquarters now, where silence matters more than muscle ever did. Your job isn't to win fights, it's to erase the proof that fights ever happened. Paperwork comes first. Contracts, receipts, notes that should never be found. You sort documents with gloves on, deciding what stays and what becomes ash. Some files are harmless, some are poison, and you treat them like chemicals. A shredder runs daily, steady and dull, like a machine that eats identities. Then the computers, hard drives, USB sticks, phones that remember everything. You wipe them clean, overwrite, reset, and leave nothing for a lab to read. You track who logged in, who called whom, and which camera saw the wrong car. One mistake becomes a chain, and chains are exactly what cops love to pull. So you break the chain early, quietly, with routines that look like office work. When a soldier gets caught, you don't panic. You open a file and solve it fast. You call favors, move lawyers, adjust timelines, and redirect the attention. Your whole system has one rule. The police must never, ever reach the boss. If they knock on the door, they should find nothing but polite paperwork inside. If they find a witness, you bury the story before it becomes a headline on TV. You never touch blood, yet you clean its shadow from every room it passed through. You're cold, precise, and invisible, because that is what keeps the family alive. Level 6, Underboss Aide. You're close to the inner circle now, working as the underboss's aide. You don't carry a bat anymore. You carry plans, and people fear those more. A city map lies open on the table, covered in routes and quiet targets. You study districts like markets, not streets, and you choose what to take next. Small gangs hold port blocks and corner bars, thinking they're safe for now. You don't send fighters first. You send businessmen with clean hands and smiles. They buy buildings, rent space, cut deals, and slowly drain the enemy's cash. They squeeze the income, tighten the margins, and make survival feel impossible. Then you pick a quiet tea house, the kind that doesn't ask questions at all. You sit across from the rival boss, calm, polite, and perfectly controlled. You pour the tea, you smile, and you speak like it's a friendly invitation. But the message is steel. Join us or disappear from the map completely. Most of them join because losing quietly is better than dying loudly outside. You take territory without gunfire, and the city barely notices a change. You win through contracts, pressure, and patience, not through chaos and blood. But power has rules. Shine too bright, and your master starts to doubt you. So you stay sharp, never flashy, always useful, always slightly in the dark. You win without spilling blood, and that is why you're truly dangerous. Level 7, Operations Commander. You're close to the inner circle now, working as the underboss's aide. You don't carry a bat anymore. You carry plans, and people fear those more. A city map lies open on the table, covered in routes and quiet targets. You study districts like markets, not streets, and you choose what to take next. Small gangs hold port blocks and corner bars, thinking they're safe for now. You don't send fighters first. You send businessmen with clean hands and smiles. They buy buildings, rent space, cut deals, and slowly drain the enemy's cash. They squeeze the income, tighten the margins, and make survival feel impossible. Then you pick a quiet tea house, the kind that doesn't ask questions at all. You sit across from the rival boss, calm, polite, and perfectly controlled. You pour the tea, you smile, and you speak like it's a friendly invitation. But the message is steel. Join us or disappear from the map completely. Most of them join because losing quietly is better than dying loudly outside. You take territory without gunfire, and the city barely notices a change. You win through contracts, pressure, and patience, not through chaos and blood. But power has rules. Shine too bright, and your master starts to doubt you. So you stay sharp, never flashy, always useful, always slightly in the dark. You win without spilling blood, and that is why you're truly dangerous. Level 8, Underboss. Now you're the underboss, the shield that stands in front of the king. In public, you look like a CEO. Calm smile, clean suit, perfect control. You sit in bright rooms with lawyers, investors, and men who shake hands. Money moves through you now, not in stacks, but in quiet numbers and favors. You don't threaten people on streets, you influence what streets they own. Politicians answer your calls, not because they respect you, but they need you. You fund campaigns, host dinners, make problems vanish without any noise. And when trouble comes, it doesn't touch the boss. It stops at your door first. If police are closing in, you don't run. You step forward and slow the damage. You rewrite stories, split blame, and offer someone else a clean exit. Sometimes that someone is you, because that is what loyalty costs up here. You look the judge in the eye and speak calmly like it's simple business. You take responsibility, even when it wasn't your hand that caused the mess. You sign papers, you accept charges, and you keep the boss untouched. Your job is not to win battles, it's to protect the throne at any price. They call you powerful, but your power is built on being the fall guy. You live with one promise: I'll take the blame so he stays above it. Your job is to go to prison instead of him, and never break inside. Level 9, Boss/Oyabun. You're the boss now, and the room bends before you instantly, without a word. Men bow low, not from love, but from fear of what you can decide today alone. You don't raise your voice. The silence around you does it for you instead. Your office is clean, quiet, and distant from the streets you once served. Money arrives like weather, constant, invisible, impossible to argue with. Politicians smile, bankers nod, and everyone pretends this is just business. But no one sits beside you unless invited, and invitations are rare up here. Every alliance is temporary, every friend is a calculation with an exit plan. You hear reports, not stories, numbers, not names, outcomes, not excuses. When someone fails, you don't punish in public. You erase them in private. Your meals are perfect, your suit is perfect, and yet nothing feels warm at all. At night, the building is silent, and the silence feels heavier than guards. You look at the city from above and realize it never really belonged to you. It belonged to the role, and the role belongs to whoever can keep it alive. You can't trust praise because praise is often just fear wearing a smile. You can't trust loyalty because loyalty breaks the moment pressure hits. So you become a question that never gets answered, even by your own face. Was it worth it, trading a life for power that you can't share with anyone? Because power at the top is lonely, and loneliness becomes your routine. Everyone waits for your decision, but you can't ask anyone what to do. And when the lights go out, you sit alone with the only truth left. You chose this life.